Hi guys, welcome back to my XVS guide. Now I'm gonna review Emperor Fu. So I must say his stats is pretty decent as a buffer. Like you can see that he gets 170% spirit boost, so that means he is quite durable. Yes, it is lower than Luna Freya, but only 30%, so it is much better compared to Never Ending Hope. And if you take a look on his stats, you can see that he also has high magic stats. So I assume that his evoking abilities depend on two stats, magic and spirit. So on the past we have characters that only use one stats, but that seems not the case for Emperor Fu because he has high magic and spirit. And talking about evocation, they say they gonna improve the evocation system. I'm not sure how that would be, but for now, in my opinion, evoke Esper summon are kinda bad, okay, especially the Esper summon. But like you can see that he gets 100% Esper damage and 100% evoke damage. That means 200% Esper damage, so I can say he can deal nice amount of damage. Maybe not, maybe, but I believe he is the strongest evoker, Esper evoker at this point of the game. He also gets 80% bonus stats from Esper. So yes, in the end, his stats gonna be really good. Okay, and he is a true double hand character. That is good because it increases both equipment, magic, and spirit. So if you have good staff, then his survivability gonna be increase a lot because equipment, magic, and spirit. And for his passives, I don't find anything interesting. Okay, so he has bonus passives if you pair him with Baihu Suchue and Xuanwu and Qinglong, but I think these two passives are not that good, okay, because he has castable buff which better than these two. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know about his passives. Now let's take a look on his abilities. First, let's talk about his buff. So he able to give 150% all stats buff. Okay, so it is spammable because it is his normal ability. And while you casting this, you also give your party all stats break resist, which is nice, and 30% physical and magic mitigation. Those are really good because physical and magic are not that common, and 30% are pretty decent in my opinion because yes, let's say I have Lucas, but Lucas only 25%, so it is 5% better, okay? And on the early part of the battle, he also has 40% general damage mitigation. So until you manage to get that 50% general mitigation from your Sacred Seal Charlotte or Galuf, okay, you can use this as intro. Okay, he also able to buff your party damage to against beast and human by 30%. I don't find this is any special because it is kind of niche. He also able to entrust, but it cannot be combined. So yeah, again, this entrust is not recommended, okay, because you need 60 LB crystals to full his LB gauge. So it is not something you want to entrust, okay, because if I can remember correctly, 60 LB is one of the highest LB crystals requirement on this game. So you don't want to entrust this, okay? But the best part is he has 300% faster LBV rate buff. So if I remember correctly, this is the highest faster LBV rate buff on this game. So yes, pretty decent to be able to fill your LB gauge quickly. Okay, and he also able to give AoE magic cover buff. So this is really unique, but it is kind of gimmick at the same time. Sure, it is nice, but the cooldown is 10 turns and the duration only 3 turns. So you cannot create some interesting party with it, okay, because it is not spammable. So I don't think you should care about this. Basically, it is useful if your AoE magic tank die and you still have your healer, because healer usually has high spirit, which make them able to become AoE magic cover. But be careful because the damage mitigation is kind of small. Okay, and he also able to give your party 80% all elemental resist buff. It is 6 turns cooldown, so I don't think it is any special. For all elemental resist, I still prefer Ignis. Okay, he also good MP battery. Okay, 222 MP using 5 Esper Gauge, and we don't use Esper Gauge that frequently, so I think it is wastable resources. Okay, so very nice. He also able to fill LB gauge using his Magnus ability. Overall, I like his supporting abilities. Okay, if you don't have buffer, then I think he is a good candidate. And he also able to break. It is 65% break spammable, but for 70% it is a cooldown move. Actually, it is not a cooldown, but a setup that requires a cooldown ability. So I don't think it is good, okay, because the highest breaks he can achieve is 70% and it is not permanent. I mean, yeah, it is not available on demand. So if my calculation is correct, you have one turn without 70% breaks, okay. And yes, you may say, yes, it's possible using 65% breaks, but if you already have, let's say, Krilla, then why you pick him for a breaker? Okay, you don't need him. Okay, so yes, I must admit he is slot efficient, but again, if you have all of him, then simply wait until her abilities awakening. But let's just pray Gumi do that ASAP. Okay, but if you say damage dealing capabilities, I cannot comment on that, okay, because they're gonna patch it, okay, in the future, because they said they're gonna improve like evocation system. So I'm not sure how that would be, but in my opinion, it won't be meta or anything. Sure, he will deal nice amount of damage at that time, but yeah, it is kind of niche. Okay, I don't think this damage dealing ability gonna be a thing on this game. Okay, so I think you shouldn't go for him if you aim for damage dealing abilities. Okay, I can be wrong, but let's say if they make evocation become a thing, then again there will be more insane characters at that time, because I don't think the meta gonna happen to pioneer character. Okay, for limit burst, yes, it is nice, 200% all stats buff to all allies, but again, I don't mean to badmouth him. If you search for 200% all stats buff, I think Luna Freya is the best, because she has 12 LB gauge per turn, so she always able to spam her LB every 3 turns, guaranteed. But for this, you need 60 LB gauge. Yes, 5 turns are long, I admit it, it is good LB, but I don't think you can always spam this. Yes, you may be able to spam this if you, let's say, gear him up with 12 LB gauge regen per turn, but that wastes your abilities and accessory slot. In that case, why you don't use Luna Freya? Because Luna Freya don't need any equipment, okay? And if you equip Emperor Fu with that LB regen equipment, I believe his magic and spirit stats gonna be low, and his evocation damage gonna be low too. So that's kind of defeat the purpose. Okay, got it what I mean? So I think that's all you need to know about his abilities. Now let's talk about equipment. So for equipment, Like I said, you need to increase for both magic and spirit. You can see this. Third Nirvana, Bad Rosa, and Nirvana are the best staff with high magic, so you should aim for them. And for abilities, accessories, yeah, aim for magic and spirit. So you can get Adventurer 5, Chocobo Adventure, really good ability for her. For him, I mean, okay? So enough about equipment. My conclusion for Emperor Fu. So I don't mean to bad about him, okay? So himself as a character, I must say he is good because he able to buff, he able to break, he able to deal some decent damage maybe on the future. But for damage dealing, I won't talk about that. So we only need to talk about buff and damage dealing abilities. So unless you don't have top tier buffer and breakers, I really don't recommend you to pull for him. Okay, in my opinion, actually, okay, not in my opinion, actually, the reason I don't want to pull on this banner is because of him. Because for me, okay, I already have Trilla. For buffer, I already have Ignis. So really, if I get Emperor Fu, I don't have use for him. So see, he is probably just sitting on my hero inventory. Okay, I don't say he is bad, okay, don't get me wrong. If you get him accidentally while you already have top tier buff and breaker, I don't think you will ever use him. But if you don't have those roles, congratulations, you get good characters. Okay, but 65% breaks, it is usable, but we are on the age of 70% breaks. Okay, and I have created on my past videos, we are moved towards 80 and 85%. So really guys, I don't think he is a good idea at this time. Okay, maybe next year when they give him abilities awakening, they will make his breaks into 80%. But oh, really, you want to wait for next year when better characters already available too? So really guys, I don't think he is good characters to pull here unless you are totally newbie and don't have top tier buffer and breaker. In that case, go all out on this banner. Okay, these two characters are not bad. Let me repeat, not bad, but unnecessary for veteran players. Okay, especially Emperor Fu. And his Trustmaster and STMR are niche. So that means not only the characters, the Trustmaster and STMR are also unusable in my opinion. Just take a look on his Trustmaster. What you can get from this: magic and spirit plus 30. They are decent, but for the percentage increase, you need to equip staff. And the only character that need both magic and spirit when equipping staff is himself. Okay, got it? So yes, I don't think you need to get for Emperor Fu, but if you obtain him, then just accept it. Not a bad characters. Okay, I still prefer Luna Freya as buffer or Ignis, but that's just me. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Pro FX VS Guide. Bye bye guys.